Hello, welcome to Story Time. Today's story is Babar, the Show Must Go On. And this is the title page, Babar, the Show Must Go On, and it's based on characters created by Jean and Laurent de Brunoff, who are French children's storytellers and illustrators. Jean was the father who told stories that the mother had told the children, and the children were so excited that they went and told their father, and he started writing a whole series of children's books. And when later in life his son Laurent took over the storytelling, and so the characters in this book are based on characters that both of them created. So it begins. A great theatrical event was in the making at Babar's palace. All the children were involved. Palm and Alexander were actors, and Flora was the director. The only ones in the audience for the moment were their parents. The children rehearsed one scene over and over again, and their tempers were getting short. Alexander thought his part had too many words, so he kept leaving them out, but Flora wouldn't cut a single line. "Okay, if you won't do that for me," said the naughty little elephant, "I quit." So there they are rehearsing, and he's just had it, and he just says, "I quit." It's not going the way he wants it to go. Flora was very discouraged. "If they won't follow my direction," she said unhappily to her father, "what can I do?" Babar said, "In the theater, the director is in charge. Everyone else must follow his instructions. There is no room for arrogance or laziness." Arrogance means to think you're really, really better than everyone else, or super special, more special than anyone. "I must say," Babar added, "that Alexander's behavior reminds me of a time when I was young." So this is Babar's story to Flora about something that happened when he was younger. "We had managed, after many efforts, to arrange a performance right here in Celestville by the famous ballerina Rosa Anastasia Sorretosa. It was a great honor, but such a production also included a lot of worries. When Babar introduced his friends to the star at a party in her honor, he found out that she was proud as a peacock." And there she is. She is a peacock. So let's see what her behavior is like. As one might imagine, the dancer was very popular, and even before rehearsals began, every ticket was sold. Success was assured. Assured, but for one thing. This queen of dancers was not an easy person to please. The first time something was not to her liking, she stalked off to her dressing room and buried her head in a pile of sand. She sulked this way all night long. So there she is, burying her head in a pile of sand, and she's not going to talk to anybody. Finally, Babar came to her dressing room and asked, "What seems to be the problem, madam?" Ooh, she looks mad. "It is not my problem, it's his," Madame Sorretosa shrieked, pointing to the director. "He wants me to wear this dreadful costume." "It's the costume which is always worn in this ballet," replied the director. Every other ballerina has worn one just like it, so there's no reason to go over the subject again. It's very simple. If you don't wear it, I quit."
"Good riddance," replied the furious dancer.
And the director left. "Who will replace him?" asked Babar, who was getting worried.
"Who else but you, yourself, your majesty," said the dancer. "Don't worry, I'll tell you what to do, and you just follow my orders. It's really very simple."
Ooh, she's really taking charge, isn't she? She thinks she is all that. Meanwhile, in the palace of Rataxis, I'm trying to get the book to where you can see all of it. Where do I need to go? Meanwhile, in the palace of Rataxis, king of the rhinoceros, Lady Rataxis was getting angry.
"I'm married to a barbarian," she wailed, "a man who would rather duel with one of his courtiers than take me to see Saratosa dance. I am nothing to him. I'm so miserable."
So there he is, dueling in a sword fight with someone from his court, and there is the queen, so angry, or Lady Rataxis, so angry. In truth, Rataxis wasn't that mean. He finally said yes, but when Babar saw them seated in the front row of the theater, he was angry. Saratosa had a rule that no one was allowed to watch her rehearse, but that day she changed her mind.
"The Queen of Dancers," she said, "would be happy to dance for a worthy audience. 2 kings and a queen. How exciting!"
Lady Rataxis was overjoyed. Even Rataxis applauded long and loudly, but at the wrong time. Unfortunately, the happy moment did not last. This time, the lighting did not please Madame Soratosa.
"What can that electrician be thinking of?" she shrieked. "A blue spotlight? Nothing could be less becoming to one with my delicate coloring. Dismiss him immediately. If he doesn't go, I will."
Babar tried to defend the electrician, but it was useless. The minute Babar opened his mouth, the great artiste returned to her dressing room to sulk with her head in the box of sand. A great artiste is what they're calling Madame Saratosa as the prima ballerina. Boy, she's not easy to work with, is she? The date of the great production grew nearer and nearer. To lose even a single day of rehearsal might spell disaster. Celeste had an idea. "I could replace Madame Soratosa for the rehearsals," she suggested shyly. "Then you will be able to continue directing the rest of the ballet." Everything would have been fine if Saratosa had stayed away, but the minute she heard the music, she returned, only to make fun of her understudy. Poor Celeste! She was so embarrassed she burst into tears. Do you see how she's kind of making fun of her? Poor Celeste, who's just trying to help. Babar gave her a hug and told her she was dancing beautifully. He told everyone else to ignore Madame Soratosa. They would continue with the rehearsals whether she liked it or not. The new plan worked well for a while. Madame Soratosa rehearsed properly until the day she slipped on the staircase. She instantly blamed her fall on Leon, the conductor, saying he had miscued the orchestra. Leon did not bother to reply. He simply broke his baton and walked out the door. Oh no, now they don't have music. What is going to happen? Let's see. Thus, by the last day of rehearsals, the brilliant company was reduced to nothing. But Babar found that his friends were ready to work miracles. They all knew the show must go on. Babar called them together and gave each one a job to do in the theater. Arthur took over sound, and Cornelius became the conductor. Zephyr opened and closed the curtain. Pompadour went to the switchboard to run the lights. Celeste took over makeup, and the old lady was in charge of costumes. So, boy, he's gotten all of his friends to help. Arthur with sound. Cornelius became the conductor. Zephyr opened and closed the curtains. Pompadour went to the switchboard to run the lights. Celeste took over makeup, and the old lady, who is a really good friend of Babar's, took care of costumes. Everybody's working together. Isn't that great? Thank you, my friends, said Babar after the last rehearsal. Now I think everything will be perfect, thanks to your hard work and goodwill. On stage and behind the scenes, from young and old alike, I've never seen such an array of talent, and among all of us, not even a hint of tantrum. Babar continued his speech. Nothing can stop us now, not even lack of cooperation from our star. We didn't take that seriously, right, Celeste? To understudy the prima ballerina and make up the entire company as well takes a lot of skill and patience. To design lighting that looks like daylight takes talent that I didn't know you had, Pompadour. One false step and a short circuit could cut out all our lights. We don't have just one star. We have a company of stars. I'm proud of you all. Everything seemed to be going well. Nevertheless, there was one problem. The great star was still sulking and saying rude and discouraging things to the stage crew. Your company, she finally said to Babar, is not professional. A dancer with great talent like mine does not work with amateurs. I'm telling you this for your own good. Get me a real company to work with, otherwise I don't dance. Uh-oh. Very well, said Babar. I'm sorry you feel that way, but your behavior hasn't been very professional. In fact, you've been acting like a spoiled brat. If you wish to leave, the door is wide open. The great star turned bright red. Furiously, she spun around on her heels and left, and this time she didn't return. Celeste, you will replace her, said Pompadour. You dance as well as she does. But what about a partner? He added with horror. That role was never cast. Who will take it? What will we do? Now I will let you in on a little secret, said Babar proudly. Several seconds later, the company discovered the fabulous surprise that Babar had arranged. The dancer in question was Rataxis. Babar had been rehearsing him in secret, and he made a great impression in his beautiful costume and plumed hat. Opening night arrived, and all Celestville came to the theater to see the ballet with a new star, the Rhinoceros King. His wife was delighted. Seated in one of the boxes with Basil, Lady Rataxis was thrilled by the performance. The entire ballet was a great success, from the first thrill of the violins during the overture to the brilliantly danced finale, when Celeste leaped into the arms of the lead dancer. The great Soratosa was forgotten. The audience stood on the seats and applauded the performers for 15 minutes, throwing an enormous bouquets onto the stage. After all the worry, Babar and his company had earned their ovation, but never in their wildest dreams had they imagined they would have such a success. And it happened because we all worked together and no one sulked or misbehaved. It's a pity when someone is arrogant and too proud like Soratosa and doesn't understand that the show must go on, because pleasing the audience is what theater is all about. "Oh, Alexander, please try," sighed Flora sadly. "I think I understand now," said her little brother. "I'll try as hard as I can, even if I do find the part too long." "Bravo!" cried Flora, once again the director. "I think it might be a little early for congratulations," said Babar gently. But several days later, when the play opened, Alexander knew every single one of his lines from beginning to end without prompting. His father and mother were very proud of him and of all the children. Remembering the good old days, they applauded long and loudly. The end. Hello, Blythe, Evie, Joe, Jack, Callum, Cadence. I hope you like that story. One of the reasons I chose this story is because I think right now, when we're all having to stay inside all the time, it helps to cooperate with each other, to listen to whoever is in charge and do as they ask of us, and to work together to solve problems as they come up. And then you know that the show will go on and that all of us will have a great time no matter what's happening. So I hope you will continue to work together, to love each other, and have fun whenever you are working to solve a problem, play a game, or cook a meal, or swing on a swing, or swim in the pool, or play in the fairy garden, or draw a picture, or put on a show, or build with blocks, or race the cars, or ride a bike. So whatever you're doing, always remember the show must go on. I love you all. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow. Oh, I almost forgot. Tomorrow's book will be Frank and Ernest, and it's all about working in a short order diner. I think you'll find it lots of fun. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Well, I almost forgot. I've been wearing this dress all day just in honor of our book, the book on Babar. This is a shirt that Pappy brought back to me from Africa the first time he went. See, it's got a leopard. It's got a zebra, and then at the bottom, it's got an elephant in honor of Babar. Love you all. I'll see you tomorrow. Mwah.